stuck with me for like about a week. So
A year?
well, about a week. So I'm like coughing a little bit.
That's a long COVID.
Yeah.
Has this something to do with Pride Month?
Hey,
Smoke another one.
his throat's been feeling it for the last week.
Subscribe. Welcome to the pre-show, Ali.
So I want to ask a question: who prepares those ad reads? Is it you, Greg?
Doesn't exist.
Got a great CP.
Nice. I was just laughing the whole time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like read through this whole thing without like laughing, but I'll do my best.
Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. You made it to another episode of the Meme Factory podcast. This is test stream number 84. You can't believe it. I can't believe it, but we're here. It's number 84. And as you know, these are only test streams. We'll never have a real stream. That way, we can't
Is
be
this
shut
a
down.
test stream?
They're always test
Test
streams.
stream now.
This evening. Guess you gotta roll it.
I'm the background music.
Oh, you're the backer. I got it. All right, so this evening we are joined by Ali Hamam from Tahini's. Ali, say hey.
Hello, guys. Good to see you all, and I'm happy to see my close friends. I've considered you guys friends and family ever since I got into Bitcoin. I tell you guys this all the time, but I actually think that you guys are one of the most important pillars of the Bitcoin community, and
Say that
I'm
again,
honored.
real quick. Just do it again, for no reason, but say that one more time. We're one of the
That's where you say "fuck you," Greg, Ali.
No, seriously, like I actually think you guys are like a major pillar in the Bitcoin community. Memes speak louder than words, in my opinion, and you guys are the kings and the meme lords of this community, and I'm truly grateful, and I'm sure everyone in this community is truly grateful for everything that you do. And I don't think we say it enough, so I'm out here saying it now.
Well, thank you, Ali. I'm touched. You touched me.
Yeah.
And I won't tell anybody about it. Don't worry. Now, if you could tell anybody in the space here who you are and what you do in the Bitcoin space. 10 seconds.
Yeah. So, my name is Ali.
Nine.
Ali Hamam, and I basically just make
Seven.
shawarma in this space.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, Ali, I don't know if you've ever watched the show before, but we have a weird sponsor, Suscorp, and they wrote a Tahini's ad for you today that I sent over to you. When
Yes.
you get a second, could you rip through that so we can get paid? Our testnet Bitcoin that Suscorp pays us.
Okay. Do you want me to read the ad right now?
Rip it.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Ali, your guide to the Meme Factory podcast. Before we dive into memes, let's take a dark detour into the gloomy world of Tahini's Kafka Bowl, where taste buds are confused and hope is optional. At Tahini's, our Kafka Bowl is a dish trapped in existential turmoil. Nourishment is a distant memory, replaced with an eerie embrace of tantalizing despair. Here's an offer wrapped in futility. Buy 5 Kafka bowls and prepare for an epic quest. You'll await a solitary sprig of parsley delivered in 8 months by a disillusioned pigeon contemplating the meaning of flight. We've abandoned the concept of nutrient-rich. Our patented process infuses your bowl with the very essence of melancholic nothingness. Tasteless soy vaporware, a sauce so uninspired it makes paint drying seem thrilling. The kafta bowl, the kafta, once a noble dish, now wandering aimlessly amidst sorrowful pickles, yearning for days of crunch and vibrancy. So come forth, intrepid diners, take a bite of the Kafka bowl and let the culinary labyrinth envelop you in layers of mystifying blandness and forlorn herbs. This is Ali wishing you safe passage through the murky waters of Tahini's Kafka-esque adventure. Now, let's seek refuge in memes where absurdity is still slightly less bewildering than our Kafka bowl. This is Ali from Tahini's. Till next time.
Yay.
Thank you so much. That was a Kafka sounding dish, if I do say so myself. But that's not the only food we're here to talk about tonight. We do have some other food just for you. Becca has planned out a menu. If we'll give her the floor here for a second.
Yes.
Bitcoin Becca.
But first, with a microphone, shout out to coddle.co, link in the description below. Now you guys can hear me. So, Ali, I have a very special menu for you. I was inspired by Tahini's, and I thought, since you're coming on the show, I would transform my Sammy shop into Beckini's Shawarma. Whoops.
Oh,
Shawarma
nice.
house.
nice
So-
bikini shawarma house.
I have four shawarma bowls for you. I
Okay.
saw on your menu you have the incorrect Sean bowl, so we're here to correct it. With your choice of either 1, 2, or 3 basketballs. Very great. We have a vegetarian vegan option. The fuck you, Greg, comes with either a baked, grilled, or mashed potato. Good times. And, we were just chatting about Pride Month. We have a very special Dieter bowl.
Oh my god.
It's extra spicy, extra thirsty, and it comes with a health warning. It may cause a spontaneous abortion. And our last one is our Don't Stop Believing VIP. It's a steak bowl. It's been marinated in Red Bull for 577 days.
Wow.
As you can see, Yellow is super happy.
Can I
No.
see the potatoes again? Like one is Craig, one is me, and one is Labra.
Yes. And it's topped with 0 fucks, obviously.
Obviously.
I think this is one of the best ones we ever did.
This is
Absolutely.
the best.
Oh my god.
Where did you harvest those basketballs? That's what I want to
awesome.
know. They don't look like
Yeah.
normal basketballs.
They're
Flat
Sean
tops on top.
special, high
Are there-
tops.
Are there
Yeah.
flat tops on there?
Becca, I need you. I need
that's
you
what it
on
is.
my menu development team.
You gotta take a picture of that and tweet that out.
Oh, I will. Yes.
All right,
So, which I know they all sound delicious, but which one are you going for?
I'm going to the. No, I'm going for the second one. Sorry, what was it called? The fug.
Fuck you, Greg.
All three
Excellent choice.
I like
I'll
the
have
name.
that
That's a
sent over
catchy-
with the
that's
pigeons.
A catchy name.
pieces.
All right. It's a good, solid choice, Allie. Solid choice.
Good choice.
All right, so my friend, tell me about Tahini's. We all know it's a Middle Eastern restaurant. Apologies. But I don't know a whole lot more about it other than you guys make funny videos with delicious looking food and you are on a Bitcoin standard. Fill me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Sorry, before you go, isn't it like also like a fusion thing too? Because you have a little bit of Jamaica thing going on there, right?
Right.
And
Yeah,
it's selling
that's
good, I
right.
think.
Milieu.
Yeah. So that's why like I actually like the Mediterranean cuisine. Like originally we're obviously like Middle Eastern, but Tahini's I think serves more Mediterranean because Mediterranean is like kind of a mix of many different countries. So yeah, we serve like mainly Middle Eastern food, but it's also we have gyros, which is Greek. We have Jamaican jerk shawarmas, so it's like Jamaican and Middle Eastern. We have butter chicken, which is like Indian and Middle Eastern. The butter chicken shawarma. We have shawarma poutine, which is like a Canadian and Middle Eastern infused, right? So it's our food is like kind of from all over the world. And
Can you say poutine one more time? Marcus really liked that for some reason.
poutine, yeah. Some people here in Canada say it differently, but
Poutine.
to the French they call it poutine.
Poutine.
Which is-
Ugh.
Marcus, all Marcus can hear is Pootie Tang right now. That's all he's hearing.
Oh
We call
yeah.
it we call it putana. Yes. Wait, what?
So talk to me about where these recipes come from. If they're coming from all over the place, these can't be like family recipes. Who's making these dishes?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm part of making a lot of these dishes. But like Canada has people like from all over the world, it's super diverse. And when we think about like trying to make like we always as a company, we try to just put the customer always first and then think how do we like we're kind of like customer obsessed, right? So, when we want to build, so we have like a lot of Indians in the community, right? So that was one of the reasons why we came up with the butter chicken shawarma bowl, right? So we infuse like Indian cuisine with our own cuisine to try to cater to our Indian customers. And surprisingly, like everyone's ordering butter chicken shawarma, right? Like not just Indians,
Well,
but like
it's delicious.
it is so good. Like it's shawarma and butter chicken. Like, it can't go wrong, right? And yeah, so same thing with the Jamaican dishes, like the gyros or gyros or whatever you call them. Hey, Yellow, how do you call them? I'm curious.
Gyros.
Gyro or gyros?
Gyros.
Gyros, right?
Giros.
That's a proper way to say it, but everybody here says gyro.
I know, it's okay. It's okay.
So that's a pretty smart move. What did you take a look at the local markets you were already in, or are you dish planning before you even set down a restaurant footprint?
Yeah, I mean, like we just try to we launch a lot of different products, and then we kind of try to see what sticks, and then we just base it on like trials and errors, and sometimes we launch products that are not that good, and then we just drop them, and some products are like major hitters, and then we keep them and we market them more, and we put it in and like sew it into our DNA kind of thing, and yeah, that's how we come up with new things. So yeah, over the years, like we've been doing this for years now. We've opened the first restaurant in 2012.
Dang.
So it's been over a decade now of like just being in the restaurant industry. And yeah, so when I at the beginning, when he asked me like what do, I literally make shawarmas. I just do a lot more just do a lot more shawarmas now than we used to 12 years ago. We're at 28 locations all over Canada now.
Wow.
Jeez. And
Yeah.
how many did you have in, what was it, 2020 when you went on a Bitcoin standard?
We had four
Four.
or three.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 or 4, or maybe 3, and the fourth was just in the process
Is
of
it-
opening.
is
That's
it-
like twice
are
as
they-
many restaurants.
Are they
F you,
are
Greg.
they owned by you guys, or do you do franchises? Like you
So it's a franchise model, but we have 4 that are like directly owned by us, and then the rest are all franchises.
Okay.
When can we franchise Tahini's in the U.S., man?
Yeah,
That's
what the
what
hell, man?
Do it, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. You're talking to the
we
main
want
man right here.
the Meme Factory franchise of Tahini's. We'll run it for you.
Let's do it. Unfortunately, you have to put up
All
put up
potato
some
products.
Yes.
some Bitcoin, I guess, for that.
when I think about Meme Factory, like diner or something, I think about like Sloppy Joe or some shit.
Banana
Something
bread.
like that.
Every type of potato possible.
Yeah, like greasy, bad for you stuff.
Yeah. Potato 4 ways is a dish.
Oh, well, don't let the seed oil community hear you and come after you.
Yeah.
It's just
Cancel real
potatoes.
fast.
It's just potatoes. All right, so how did you manage to expand from 4 to 28 during COVID, basically?
Yeah, so I've been working on like the infrastructure for the franchising for years before COVID. We were literally working on it from like 2017, 2018 timeframe. and it took a long time to get everything, like, the legal stuff, the procedures down, the operating procedures of the factory. We had to build a factory to be able to
print more restaurants.
yeah, well, to supply all the restaurants, right? If you can't just open, like, if you have proprietary products or recipes, you have to find a way to distribute them all over, right? So we had to build a factory. That took a long time, right? So come 2020, that's when we were like on the cusp of, okay, let's hit the ground running after we did all this work. And then that's pretty much what we did. We just bought a shit ton of Bitcoin and opened a shit ton of restaurants and just tweeted about it, and then just trolled the government on to buy more Bitcoin.
Nice.
And
It's not gonna work with Trudeau, man. That guy, he's math illiterate, remember?
it's whatever, man. Like, I did what I do. At least now I can come back and tell them I told you so when Bitcoin's like, 200, 300,000.
So this is a proof of work story.
Yeah, it's purely for trolling. Like,
I was wondering, Ali, are you second generation in Canada? Or first?
I'm second and first. So my parents were the original immigrants. They immigrated here.
It's gonna be like a rope story.
Yeah, my father got his PhD. I'll make it short. My father got his PhD, and then he went back to work in Saudi Arabia, where all the money was, and that's where I was born. And so I grew up most of my life in Saudi Arabia and Egypt, and then after the Arab Spring in 2011, I decided to move back. I was already Canadian because I was like born Canadian, so so I just decided to fuck the Middle East and come back to Canada and start my life here.
Was it something like personal in you that you started doing like around food stuff, or is it like are you one of like a product of that pattern that like first generations immigrants, like occasionally, like I think they tend to make something around food, like the Greeks did it when they went to the United States, like the Italians did it, like they create diners and tavernas, and I don't know why, but I guess like a little bit nostalgic for the homeland back or something. I don't know why, but like, how did you start it? Why food?
Yeah, to be honest, Yellow, like, it wasn't like that I was setting my eye on running a restaurant. We just wanted to buy a business when we came here. So when we started this, it was me and my brother were partners in this, right? So when we came, we were just looking for businesses to kind of buy and run and be. We didn't want to, like, we just wanted to own our own business. So we kept looking. We searched, like, we found like some gas stations, some other like random businesses all over the city. We didn't like any of them until we found this restaurant that was pretty popular, was good location, and was doing pretty good numbers. And we just, what? Let's just jump in the food industry. So we just jumped in and figured it all out from there.
An industry that is extremely difficult, we have to say, right? It is
it was hard. Yeah, it was rough. The first year was like 7 days work, like not knowing shit about anything and just trying to act like stuff, because you have like you suddenly have like people working under you, and if you show any sign of weakness, they'll like walk all over you and stuff, and but at the same time you don't know anything, right? So it's kind of like just you figure it out as you go, you take risks, you do mistakes, you learn. And I did a lot of mistakes growing up, like, but that's how you grow in life. And and then you just you get better, and then year after year, and now we're here.
Now you're 28.
Yeah, 28 stores.
Tell us how much YouTube followers you guys.
I was gonna say that's the other impressive stat.
Oh yeah, that's my trophy. Hold on. Check this out.
Hold on, let me get you the appropriate
that
screen
boy
space
out.
here.
Whoa.
There we go.
Whoa, awesome.
It's not shiny at all.
That's 1
You
million
got-
YouTube subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're at 1.3 million subscribers on YouTube on the main channel. I also have like a personal channel that we're at like 800,000.
Can you send us 1 million subscribers? We'll send you 2 back.
Yeah.
Just 2, not million though. We don't have a million.
Yeah.
All right, how did you do that, Ali?
So
Everybody taking notes?
one second.
Have you seen those videos? Like
Screaming in
fucking
the background.
hilarious, man.
I know.
McDonald's is taking notes right now.
Those
Let's hope
videos
so.
are hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, how do we do it? I don't know. I just do entertainment, to be honest. Like, I realized very early that we're competing with companies that have like multiple millions of dollars in yearly budget for marketing, right?
Yep.
So already at a bad head start. So I had to find a way to kind of pierce through that because I can't really compete with that. So that's when I started experimenting with like just organic social media. So like it started with TikTok. So I was really, really early on TikTok when I started, and I started just doing random videos on TikTok, and I started to just do it consistently and just get it a little bit better every time. And I remember like my first video that went viral was like it got like 4 million views, and it was just like a bunch of students in the restaurant throwing a shawarma to each other. And it brought like huge attention to the restaurant, and I was like, wow, this is working. Like I'm onto something here, right?
Yeah.
And that was, I believe, in like 2019 or end of 2018 or something like that. And that's when I was like, you know what? Let me like double down on this. So I started making more just content that's just for fun. I don't really talk about shawarma much. Like sometimes I talk about shawarma, but it's mainly just funny entertainment, comedy, light type of content, and I just blast it all over. And
And then I'll put you in jail for that.
yeah, and then when YouTube put
Canada.
put out the shorts thing, I just took all of the content that I've done over the years and started scheduling it all on YouTube and started doubling down on I have a whole like marketing team now, right? Like I have a whole team under me.
What?
And
how many people are working under you in marketing now?
In marketing alone, we have like 5 people.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
So
I really enjoy that you won't back
How
down.
much do you have, Greg?
We have 12
we
people
tried-
in marketing.
We tried to get
Everybody's in marketing here.
Everyone.
tried to get a marketing team under Greg.
Labra is
We just couldn't
HR.
support him. He's too heavy. That's all.
Oh.
I was about to say that I love that you guys won't like back down from a joke around stereotypes around people visiting the shop. Like I feel like here and around the area, like we in the Balkans and the Middle East, we do that, and that's normal. Like it's not like the woke culture here hasn't like really sticked, so we still have that kind of humor, like to make fun of you guys, the other guy, because like around the stereotype, right? And that's
You guys.
it's hilarious,
guys?
man. It is funny, exactly. In Anglo world, somebody will like immediately if you do something like that, like joke, will go, what do you mean by that?
Did you just say
I'm offended
Anglo
by
world?
that. Yeah, I did.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
You understood though what I meant.
Yeah, well, it took me a second because I have trouble understanding what you're saying from time to time.
Nah, you
Doesn't
used
You
to
surprise
Anglo
me,
people.
Greg.
You used
You know,
to
you know how you people talk.
You Anglo people.
You Anglo people.
Exactly. Labra God gets me.
Where's RD when you need him?
Letting the British Empire
And
collapse.
my favorite one
This is what
is
happened
the-
to them. They didn't show
And
up.
my shut up. And my favorite one is the one that you ask the girl there like you wanna order something from Swarma, and she says no or something, and then you break everything in the desk. I think it was like an old panda commercial or some shit. That's
Oh yeah, I
hilarious.
love that one.
Yeah.
Hello. I actually I created this video and I was like, this is gonna blow up. This is so funny. It's so creative.
Then it does.
You know, I put a lot of effort. I broke like 3 keyboards doing this video, right?
Yeah.
And then I put it up there and silence. Nothing.
Nobody.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What
You
the
were like-
hell? Like after all of this, like
Exactly. It's one of those memes you work for a week and then nothing.
Oh, I got a banger, guys. I got a banger. Fuck.
Yeah, nothing. 50 likes.
You
50
make
likes.
one watermelon meme and it blows up.
Right.
Sorry, goddamn it.
But all those millions of people, they're all subscribing to tahinis, right? Or are they subscribing to the joke? Like, what's going on there? Is it related to how much restaurants you have, or is it like
No,
do
it's just-
people write you?
yeah, I just entertain people. People find it funny and they subscribe. They want to watch more of us, and you know, the algorithm is in your favor when you do certain things right and keep people watching and have people like binge watching a lot of your stuff. So if you create like, a page like that, it'll push you further, and you just got to be consistent, keep posting, and keep working hard on it, and then slowly but surely it pays off.
Have you ever been tempted to like orange pill people through that channel, or are you keeping that like strictly separate?
So I'm slowly like, yeah, like I created a bunch of Bitcoin videos. They don't do really well. But I'm gonna be like more. I think I'm doing it wrong, where I need more creators to kind of work with that are also Bitcoiners, to kind of get the Bitcoiners to actually watch it. So when I was in Miami, actually, I was talking to Carla and Walter, and
Walker?
yeah,
No, he's Walter now.
It's Walter.
Hey, Walker. Sorry, did I say Walker?
No, you just did a very fantastic thing. I'm gonna call him Walker forever now. Walter.
It's like
Yeah.
Ali with a Y.
Carla and Walter, and then
Only Craig would do a mistake on the mistake.
yeah.
It's on brand.
It's on brand. All right.
Yeah, and then so yeah, I might have them come down to visit us, and then we might shoot like some content together. I think we can create some pretty entertaining, but also like Bitcoin related content, which follows into our niche. If the more it follow it, like the more it's close to the kind of content that we create, the more chance it has of it going viral. So I can't just like put a conversation with me and Michael Saylor up there and have it go viral. Like that's not how our page would work, right? So it has to be also like entertaining and stuff. But we'll see how that
Okay,
happens.
what if the interview with Sailor is you guys talking, but at the same
Inside
time
a
you're
watermelon.
eating shawarmas?
Oh.
That'd be cool.
It's genius.
Like the
Imagine Sailor eating shawarma. Like, yeah, so Bitcoin is a cyber city that you can visit.
by the way,
By the way,
There's the second best.
There's
Or
no
you
second
could-
best shawarma.
you could do it like hot ones. You know how they eat those wings that are hotter and hotter. You could get like a hotter shawarma bite. I don't know, something gets
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
but
about that.
in a
I thought about that. But
jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi is in a yacht.
Yeah.
You know what, Labra, you reminded me, and I'm excited because it's the first time you've been here in a while, and I want to make sure that I get something out of you. And I think I want to make you do some scores tonight.
4 times.
Okay.
Oh, the scores.
Yeah,
you mean?
Scores.
Okay.
I want to also talk to you guys about.
He's doing scores.
No.
Go ahead, Ali. Yep.
I wanted to. I have like a Bitcoin theory that I was kind of like formulating in my head, and I want to talk to you guys about it and get your opinions on it. But we'll do it after.
Okay.
No, we should do it on the after the scores.
We should do it live.
After the scores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think you meant
After
after the scores.
the
After the scores.
Okay.
Yeah.
The scores. Okay, Yellow. You got a 50cc motorcycle. Becca, you got a CD of Britney Spears.
Yes, winning.
And yeah. Sean, you have a football, so you can play basketball with it.
What?
Yep. Pedro, for you, I have. Let me see what I have here. Wireless mouse without battery.
Sweet.
So yeah, so you can buy the battery and fix it, okay? Because you like to fix stuff.
Yes.
Okay. For Marcus, I have an orange,
Thank you.
and the orange is orange. And for Greg, I have a shawarma, but made of potato.
I love it.
And for Ali, I'm going to read for you the pie number.
God damn it, no.
No.
Whole number.
Stop him.
Pull out the mute button.
I don't think he knows the whole thing.
Stop it.
You don't think?
No, I don't think you do.
Okay. So it's 3.1415926535897932338.
Mute.
It's a good score, Ali.
It's the best score.
It's not gonna stop.
Score to get
At
out.
some point, Ali was like looking like, "What the fuck is happening?"
All right, I want to hear Ali's Bitcoin theory.
Yes.
Okay, wait. I don't get the score thing.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to this.
It's Labra.
It's Labra.
We don't need it.
Why did you mute me?
You won. You won, Ali.
4 6 2
Stop it, Labra.
4 3 3 8 3 2 7 9 5.
Okay, Labra, nice dog. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the pie number is
Only at
the
the Game
score.
Factory, guys.
All right, Ali. Talk to us about your Bitcoin theory. Because
Okay.
we're experts here.
So we're all experts and we're all idiots, all right? But a lot of us we sit around and we talk about, what the future is going to look like. What is hyper Bitcoinization? What does it look like? Is there going to be government? Is there not going to be government? Like, is there all these questions? We talk about this stuff when we, at our meetups and on Twitter and podcasts all the time, right? And I'm starting to, I don't know. I was just starting to I kept thinking about this for a while, and I feel like Bitcoin has a lot in common of rising empires throughout history, right?
I like empires. Keep going.
And and if you kind of compare it to just previous empires, whether it's the U.S. empire or the British Empire or the Muslim empire when they started going way back, right? You'll see like every empire has core things that make it an empire, right? Okay. And one of those things, so if you look at it, like I think that Bitcoin is going to be like 30, 40 years from now, Bitcoin is going to be like a Bitcoin empire, but it's not going to look the same as all the previous empires that came before. It's going to be like a new kind of empire that none of us have ever seen before, and that's going to look completely different, but it's still going to be an empire, right? And I think that, it's gonna like, empires used to, take more territory by conquest or, by taking land, and they used to expand it, through the borders. And I think the Bitcoin empire kind of expands from within, kind of like a virus, right? And it slowly grows from within, but it's gonna take, like, eventually you're gonna have, the Western Empire, the Eastern Empire, and then the Bitcoin Empire. And it's gonna be like those three major empires that are there. But the Western Empire and the Eastern Empire are both gonna be weaker than they are today, because Bitcoin Empire is just gonna take so much capital and power from them, right? So here's where it gets interesting, right? If you look at, an empire, like an empire at the beginning has like a growing number of zealots, right? Like, of a small number of like true believers that are maximalists, right? They're cypherpunks, and they've been here from the beginning. Other Bitcoiners look for them for, wisdom, for knowledge, for education, right? And they're a core part of that growing empire. And that number of zealots is just continuously growing, right? And then every empire has to have like a defense system, right? Or a military, right? And I know it's not popular, but I kind of like, what Jason Lowery, some of what Jason Lowery like talks about with like the defense system. So I think the Bitcoin miners are a defense system. I don't think it's like a war machine, but he doesn't differentiate between defense and offense. But it is a defense system. Eventually, like any empire has a a military, and I think our military is the miners. That's going to protect us from foreign entities, foreign entity to Bitcoin, right? Foreign to Bitcoin. So that's our like defense system, right? We have an education system, which is the podcast, the educators, the Safedines of the world, the GGs, all this community is growing and growing. And then the more we onboard people, like, for example, Michael Saylor, comes in, he has a Saylor Academy. He just brought a free university to all the Bitcoiners all over the world, right? So we have a functioning free university in the Bitcoin empire right now, right? All these things are still small, but over years, they just grow and grow and grow, right? Every Bitcoiner comes in is going to know about Saylor, and then it's going to eventually find out about his university. And then there you go, boom, he's got free education. We provided all the Bitcoiners with free education, right?
Your pillars so far have been education, defense, and...
Okay, now here's the other. So education...
The growth of the zealots? Those are the
three
pillars so far?
The core, also the core, like the cypherpunks, like, which are the core, like, disciples of Satoshi, right? Like...
The people who care about the empire.
Yeah,
your Thomas Jeffersons and Benjamin Franklins.
Yeah, exactly, right? So
the great Benjamin Franklins.
Yeah,
and the memers are the jesters.
So the memers are actually the memers are part of the media of the Bitcoin empire, right? They're like the Hollywood of the Bitcoin empire, but they're small. They're crude at the beginning, right? Like they're
keep flattering us.
Like I
No,
can't
but
stand
like
it.
I'm not Hollywood.
it's true. They're like, they're the
Those
propaganda
glasses beg to differ.
machine.
Okay, let's
Protection.
rephrase
Yeah.
it. The stand-up
Like,
comedians.
yeah, like you guys, I think you guys, anybody that creates, content is the Hollywood arm of or the media arm of the Bitcoin community, and media slash propaganda, right? I think all media is propaganda at some level, right? And it's some in a good way, some in a bad way, but it's still an essential part of any. If you want to have a healthy empire, you need a solid media branch or arm, right? So that's that part. So you got like, and then you got like the judicial aspect of it, which is basically just a consensus of the Bitcoin network, which is there is no judges, there is no a Supreme Court, right? There is the Bitcoin ledger, 21 million consensus difficulty adjustment, right? That's it. That's all there need to be, and it's written down in code. Any disputes within the Bitcoin empire will be handled through that, right? At the end of the day, disputes are all about money, and the Bitcoin ledger is, it's truth, right? So it is the judicial arm of the Bitcoin network, right? So that's judicial, defense, education, media. Then you need, like, every empire needs also like a weekly slash yearly type of event, right? So Bitcoin weekly meetups are like, the Friday Muslim prayers, or the Saturday or the Sunday church, right? Or the Saturday Jewish, what is it called? They get together on Saturday.
Synagogues.
Yeah, right?
Sabbaths.
Sabbath. Yes, right?
Yes.
And those are like the Bitcoin meetups, right? And then the major yearly events that are global. They're like, the Bitcoin conference, right? Or
The
there's
halving
multiple
party
things
every 4
The
years.
This
halving
is the best
party.
run up to like a halving party
The
commercial.
halving,
Exactly.
the halving,
Yes.
yeah,
The Olympics of the
definitely.
empire.
Actually, the halving might be the biggest, the main one, because it's centered around the protocol, right? It's not centered around, like, what Bitcoin Magazine does or whatever. So you're right, like, event, but yet it gets the least
Yes.
attention.
Where would you put "Don't Stop Believing" Spaces in that framework there?
Damn it.
Was that like a
Right.
Friday prayer type of deal? But it's daily.
Yeah,
daily
I mean,
prayer.
yeah. Like, hey, Muslims, they have daily prayers,
Mm-hmm.
and they do it together. They do it in groups.
Can we have
Do
Red
you-
Bull as part of the religion?
Do you rant after that
Journey.
in the mirror and cry in the shower? After
Only in the bear markets. Okay, now this is my favorite part about the empire theory. Okay, so
Do we get
every
snacks?
successful empire has an intelligence agency, right? CIA, Mossad, you name it. Okay.
That's where rope
Booty.
comes into play.
Okay. I think the Bitcoin empire already has an intelligence agency called the BIA, the Bitcoin Intelligence Agency, right?
Oh.
Tell me about the BIA.
Oh.
So the BIA
And is Augustin Karsten's going to be upset about this?
He's too
I
busy.
don't want to get eaten. Is all.
I sent him a few dozen sandwiches. I think he's occupied for a while.
All right, good.
For the next 5
Got a
minutes.
few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the BIA is, it's a decentralized intelligence agency. And it has agents all over the world. They penetrate cabinets.
Do they have zappers?
They penetrate corporations.
All right, Klaus.
They penetrate government agencies.
If you have
Okay.
them on the cabinet, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cabinets.
Okay. And
We're everywhere.
basically what they are is they're just Bitcoiners. They're people that are in those positions that become Bitcoiners, and now they're agents for the BIA, right? So you got people like Ted Cruz, or that's like, or Kennedy, DeSantis, right? Pierre Poilievre from Canada, right?
These are all people trying to fix a system from inside of a system, though. To quote Jeff Booth.
They're sleeper agents, man. Don't you get it?
I get it, but I mean,
They're advocating. Listen, like they're Bitcoiners. They own Bitcoin, and they like it, and they're gonna advocate for Bitcoin, but without coordinating with a central. It's not like the CIA where it's one central control.
Intelligence.
Yeah, central intelligence that controls and directs and plans everything. This is a decentralized, so everyone's doing what they think is best for Bitcoin, but collectively they act as an agency.
so it's
That's
a
probably more
decentralized.
powerful.
It's a decentralized. Yeah, it's a DIA.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have a question.
yeah.
When
It's
are
a
we
decentralized
invading?
penetration.
Yeah, decentralized penetration.
So that
Like,
Yeah, so
like,
Nayib
like
Bukele-
Sailor, for example.
yeah, Bukele, if Sailor, so Sailor is a BIA agent, okay, that he spends resources to influence, like using his company lawyers and to influence the government to do good things for Bitcoin in general, right? Bukele is another one. Bukele is an agent, that, and then you'll get situations where like you'll have, eventually the BIA will the CIA, there's some CIA agents out there that are going to own Bitcoin, right? They're going to buy it and they're going to realize what it is, and then they're going to become double agents, right? They're double agents working for the BIA without them even knowing about it.
Yeah, Alex Glanstein. Yeah, we know. Too soon.
Oh man.
No.
But yeah, and then I think that's like they don't know it, right? It's not a thing, but I think we should make it a thing. We should have like a BIA logo or something.
You should make everybody badges.
I have a question. When are we invading Turkey? No, I mean, I don't have a question.
Slowly but surely, Ella.
Yeah, the more there's a lot of inflation out there, so it seems like Turkey's already getting invaded.
Yeah. So I
Not invaded, it's penetrating.
Yeah, it's penetrating.
Yes,
guys,
penetrating.
like there's a post that I put out recently on my Twitter that's like, it just shows with the orange color the amount of Bitcoin nodes that are all over the world and how much they're growing. And if you have a look at the world and you see, the orange just taking over the entire world.
Where are you looking and seeing this? You have a map that we can go to?
I have it on my Twitter.
I love it.
If you want to get this idea shot down, just ask Marcus what he thinks about it.
Oh, shit.
What?
Why?
Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you really feel about Marcus, Sean.
I can sense Marcus picking apart this idea right now.
Look, listen, this is just formulating in my head. It's not really like I'm just we all trying to make sense of what the
It
future
could be a
is.
great.
We all need a framework for what Bitcoin is, right? And it's constantly changing, and none of our frameworks work really well.
Yeah.
But we're trying.
And most of us will be wrong. Right? most of us will be wrong. We don't know how this thing's going to look like because it doesn't look like anything that we've ever seen before, right? So it's going to be an empire, but it's going to be a different kind of everything's going to be is going to be different. Like, the intelligence agency is going to be different, the military is going to be different, the justice system is going to be different. Like, so what's that look like at the end? Who knows? But if you look at that, the video of the nodes taking over, you can see an empire forming. And every citizen is just a Bitcoin. You don't fucking need a passport. There's no such thing as, like, in the modern world, like, this gives a fuck about passports, and like Bitcoin is borderless, right? And so is the empire. And all you need to get, to be part of this empire is just buy some Bitcoin. That's it. A few Satoshis. Be part of it.
Cash out of Western or Eastern civilization. Cash into the Bitcoin empire.
Yeah. So over the long term,
how many people you think have joined the Bitcoin empire in the last 24 hours?
I don't know. But yeah, so what do you guys think of this theory? It's just, pick it apart.
I need to hear Marcus's input here because Sean put him on a pedestal here.
Here come Marcus.
Here come Marcus.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I feel like I should come up with something funny now, but I have nothing.
Just say penetration.
So if I'm gonna, like, I really like the idea. I think it's something. I think we've been saying it, right? Like Bitcoin just penetrates everything because you're gonna have Bitcoiners in every organization and every part of so we're all Bitcoiners. We all are already working at different jobs in different positions in government, and now you see it like with the presidential candidates too, right? All of a sudden we've got presidential candidates advocating for Bitcoin. And I hope
penetrate the cabinet.
As we become more, and as Bitcoin becomes more powerful and number go up, and Bitcoiners become more influential, they're going to start having more influence in media and politics and all that stuff. They're going to bring their ideas with them, and hopefully we can. And like you said, it's going to be different, right? So what I'm imagining is that hopefully, also terms like intelligence agencies are going to be different. Maybe we don't need them, right? If you're saying that the miners are the defense, right? I always have trouble with that part because I'm like, people still want resources, right? People still want the best spot by the beach. They still want to sit around oil. So like wars are fought, maybe not for your Bitcoin, but they still want your gold or your oil or your metal or your whatever, your silicon or your whatever you need for chips. So that kind of stuff is still going to be necessary. So a miner is not going to stop anybody from trying to take your shit, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not picking it apart. I think it's, I definitely see that happening, and I'm hoping we can actually like change the world for the better in that sense. Like you said, we used to live in a world where there's no passports. At some point everybody agreed, you know what? Let's just give away our freedoms to just freely move from country to country and let people dictate where we can and can't go. It would be nice if we can go to a world where those kind of things are turned around ultimately.
Yeah, what's
even
nice?
Though I'm not sure even if Bitcoin is, maybe that's the cynical part, right? I mean, we're still subject to human nature, and the minute that you create a new empire, people are going to want to flock to your empire. And certain people are going to be like, no, our empire's full. We don't want you scrubs with your, little bits of Bitcoin coming here. You only have a couple of sats. You can't come here. So aren't we going to go to like the same world again where we're going to like pull up borders and try to defend the boundaries of the empire from?
All I just heard was Marcus is the biggest bear I've ever heard. What do you mean a couple sats can't get you in the empire? How much you think a sat's going to be able to buy in 30 years, Marcus?
What if those people?
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, you don't own any Bitcoin.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, you can't go.
What if the new people are saying, you know what, our sats are special. You can put like a picture on it.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't care.
Ordinarily, God damn it.
Fungibility is fungibility.
That was
I
perfect.
think Marcus has a good point too. Like going in there with Ali, to me, it's really cool to see what El Salvador is doing because we were talking about these empires, right? I think El Salvador breaks that up because it brings back this whole sovereign individual theory where countries are going to compete for the best individuals and they're going to make their laws and their tax laws and everything that they do is going to be advantageous to the best humans that are out there. And so they're going to try to attract the best people by creating better laws. And that's what's going to happen. And then as one country, all you need is one country to start doing that. And as people start flocking to that country, then other countries will kind of get on board because they'll realize, well, we don't want to lose all of our best talent to this country. And we can see that, or they'll see, wait, they're attracting talent doing this. We're a small country. We want to attract talent to doing the same way. And so I think you're going to kind of see almost not necessarily like these huge empires still, but almost the opposite, where it's like a decentralization of empires throughout because
It's not bound by borders.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Bitcoin's not bound by any borders, and borders is just like lines drawn on a map. At the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
So the Bitcoin empire doesn't have a territory. It's all over. It's dots that are like just like I said, like a virus, like all over the globe, and collectively that is the Bitcoin empire, right? And so yeah, you're right. It's gonna, countries are gonna start competing to get more of the Bitcoin empire to their own country, to their own borders, and that's gonna be a much better world than the one we're living in today.
Hopefully.
In penetration.
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 Thank
You'll
you.
have young Bitcoin global leaders.
Remember something. So, Ali, you've been super generous with your time with us tonight, and we're getting towards the end of the pod. So I want to make sure you get a chance to shout out anything you're working on, anything you want to draw people's attentions to.
Yeah,
No,
just penetrate.
that's pretty much it. I'd like to hear, people taking this idea and just running with it, see what, how they can articulate it better maybe, or think about it a little bit more. But other than that, follow us, Tahinis, every platform. Thank you for following our stuff, and come try our food. We make awesome shawarmas. And if we have a Tahinis nearby, go support. And we'd love to feed you.
When papusa
Maybe
shawarma.
one more question. Do all your franchise owners, are they all Bitcoiners, or is that not a requirement?
No.
Are they all on the Bitcoin standard?
No. It's a slow process.
Just home
but
office.
Yeah.
They own Bitcoin. So the franchise partners this is why I wanted to get the Bitcoin ATM machines in the restaurants, because Bitcoin ATM machines brings them Bitcoin revenue. So they kind of I'm forcing them to kind of own a little bit of Bitcoin every month. They just get Bitcoin every month. Whether, I don't know if they sell it or keep it. Some of them keep it, maybe some of them sell it. And
But it's a touch point to learn, right? It's a really
Yeah.
good machine to put there where you can put the coins in and get sats out. Those machines are very awesome.
yeah, I saw those in the conference. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is a be responsible for yourself. If you want to get into it, you have to do the work. You have to figure it out. I'm not gonna go try to baby spoon the franchise partners, but they see what I'm doing. They see how vocal we are about it, and if they're interested, they're gonna dig, or they're gonna call me, and some of them do. But yeah.
All right. Now, one of the more important questions of the night is usually delivered by our resident tea and crumpets expert, but he's not here tonight. So I'm going to pick on Pedro and have him go with Artie's question for you. He'll just take a moment to check his notes here, I'm sure.
In an Austrian accent.
Yeah, like he practiced, right?
Yeah, I don't do accents, yellow, but weekly reminder, I don't do accents.
Come on, do it. Do it.
Do it in a yellow accent.
No. Ali, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Let me check my notes here.
He's going for the ASMR accent.
Yes.
So, Ali,
Accent, please.
can somebody mute Labra, please?
No.
Thank you. Ali, if the meme factory did exist, which we all know it doesn't, which one of us would you like? Which one of us would you retweet? And which one of us would you mute?
And which one of us would you zap?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would zap Yellow
Oh,
for the just the technical chart analysis meme. That one just had me laugh for like a day straight. Like every time I did it, I just laugh. So I'd zap Yellow.
nice.
I would like Becca's tweet because she's always getting high, and I like that.
80 and high.
And I'd retweet Greg because fuck Greg.
Yes.
Penetration.
It's my first retweet in a while. Thank you.
What else? Did I miss something?
Mute.
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 Oh, who I'd mute?
You want to rethink that retweet?
I'd mute Labra because he's been a bad dog.
Oh,
That's just facts, though. That's just true.
Choices, good
So,
choices.
I will bark all morning.
you heard it here first. Everyone, Ali doesn't like puppies.
All right, Sean. Take it away, Sean.
All right, Ali, do you know what happens on block height 840,000?
Fourth halving.
Dude,
Yeah.
That might have been the fastest answer.
you pay attention. You pay attention. Well, we
I
are
have a block clock, bro. I have a block clock. That shit is finding me
Influencer
constantly.
confirmed.
checking out that Moscow time all day, every day. So we're throwing the Bitcoin halving party in El Salvador.
Nice.
April 3rd through the 5th next year. Come on down. Celebrate with the Meme Factory. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a blast. We got this really sick resort, and it's the first big time having party, the first of many. So come on down, man. It's going to be great.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Sean, where can I buy my tickets for the having party?
You can buy those.
Oh, it's ham-fisted. But yeah, hit it. Tell us.
Ham-fisted. Ham or hand-fisted? I don't know.
Like a rum ham-fisted.
BitcoinHavingParty.com. Go there, get your tickets, or learn more about Bitcoin halving.
Awesome.
All right. Ali, thank you for your time tonight. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure, guys.
Everybody
I love you
check the show
guys.
notes.
Thank you. Thank you all for what you do, huh?
Thank you. Check
Thank
the
you.
show notes. You can
Thank
see
you,
where to
bro.
follow Ali, any of our sponsors, and all the fun merch in the Bitcoin Having Party. Have a good night,
thanks for
everybody.
hanging out, Ali. Later.
Take care,
Hi,
guys.
friends. Wait.